is going on YouTube? My name is Dom, and in this video here today I want to actually talk about flashbangs and grenades, the main equipment that you're going to be using in the game, and all the ins and outs and everything you need to know there. But really quick before I get started, last night we had a grueling league match number 3, where we played Lizard Squad. Now if you guys are all familiar with league play, you know Lizard Squad is a great squad. A lot of fun to watch. I don't blame you if you don't watch the whole thing, but if you'd like to be interested in checking that out, there will be a card in the top right corner of your screen. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's hop into the topic of today. So I really wanted to make this video about flashbangs and grenades in particular because after the update Special Operations 2, I felt that there was something finicky with the actual flashbangs and when people would get flashbanged and their screen would go blank. Let me start with flashbangs first. So after some experimentation, it probably comes as no surprise that flashbangs actually will only white out your screen and really flash you if your character is looking at the flashbang. This is no surprise. This is, that's realistic, right? You have to be looking at a flashbang in order to get flashed by it. That makes a lot of sense. But it kind of throws the game off, I feel, a little bit from how it was before. Before, it seemed like you throw a flashbang in a room where somebody is in it, and no matter where they are at, they're getting flashbanged. Even if they are behind cover, even if they are peeking a corner or whatnot, they will get flashbanged. But now, there has to be a direct line of sight between your character's face and the actual flashbang that is going off. Now this stands true if someone throws a flashbang and it lands on a ledge or a staircase and you lay down prone and there is not a direct line of sight between that flashbang and your character's face, you will not get flashed. Same goes true if you're peeking behind cover, or in general if you are just running and someone throws a flashbang in your direction and you turn your character to the side or turn your character so that his back is facing the initial burst, then you will not get flashed. So this means a couple of different things. It means that you have to be particularly careful when you push somebody after you throw a flashbang. I would not push anybody unless I throw a flashbang and that person is marked so I can see that they are flashed. Now this also means that when people are flashing you, it is incredibly easy to get out of it or to not get flashed. Now the stats on the actual flashbangs is you can throw it for a maximum distance of 42 meters before it will actually explode. Now this is on a flat plane. This does not account for elevation. Now the explosion time on it is it will detonate just under 2 seconds. So if you throw it 42 meters in front of you on a flat plane like I did here in Scrapyard, it will blow as soon as it hits the ground or comes very close to the ground. And once you are flashed, it will flash you for a total of 4.6 seconds before your screen comes back into view, which is a significant amount of time if you're able to pull this off. It is especially helpful for pushing people when they are on adrenaline rush. Grenades on a flat plane can come in for a maximum of 57 meters. That means if you aim directly up and you throw a grenade, it will land 57 meters in front of you and it will explode pretty much as soon as it hits the ground. Now the grenades will detonate in 3.5 seconds. So if you combine those two numbers, if you look at that, and if you flashbang somebody fully, they will be flashed for 4.6 seconds, and a grenade will detonate in 3.5 seconds. So if you can flash somebody, switch to your grenades and throw it, you have 1 second to switch and throw a grenade, then they will not be able to see it and it will detonate them before they even recover from a flashbang, which is incredibly dirty, but it is very, very difficult to actually pull off. Now, so one thing with this that you guys might notice if you do watch a lot of league play or if you watch a lot of high-level competitive play is that people are able to throw grenades incredibly quickly and incredibly accurately through windows, over ledges, on top of 3-story buildings and whatnot, and they're able to do that pretty much flawlessly. That's one thing that separates a good player from a great player. So being able to do that is incredibly beneficial. Now how that is actually performed is a lot of trial and error. A lot of people play this game a lot, so they get a good feel for how the grenades and how the flashbangs actually work and where they're going to go based on where their crosshair placement is. I'm telling you that there is actually an easier way to go about doing that and to actually mastering that if you just take a little time to actually think about it. So when you throw a grenade, you do not throw it from point A to point B and it goes in a straight line. It arcs. Now it's going to arc over your initial crosshair placement. So wherever your crosshair placement is, it will arc over that. And it will cross through those crosshairs at about 30 meters, I believe, or about 2 seconds or something like that. So you know roughly if you are 30 meters away from something and you are perfectly parallel to the ground and you aim your crosshairs at a window or whatnot, and you throw a grenade, it will arc and it will cross through your crosshairs into that window at about 30 meters. Now, another thing that hinders your grenade and flashbang throwing is when you sit there and you hold L1 or LB and you're lining up the arc. You know how it has the blue line that shows you exactly where that object's going to go. When you sit there and you take the time to line that up, you are very, very vulnerable. You cannot fight. If someone shoots at you, all you can do pretty much is put your shit away and lay down or throw it. So you have to basically line up your crosshair and then just tap it to actually throw that object. And it's not like you have to charge up or there's any cooking time available. You can't cook a grenade or anything, which would be really cool if you did, but it would also be that'd be pretty fucking cheap. So you basically just have to line up your crosshair and toss that grenade. If you're unsure about where it's going to go, as long as there aren't no teammates in the area, I would recommend throwing the fuck out of that thing. Also, if you have a point man on your team storming a building, feel free to throw flashbangs into that building. A lot of people forget that point man can't be flashed, so it's okay if you flash your own teammate in that circumstance. If you guys had any thoughts, opinions, comments about the video, please leave it down in the description below. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any thoughts, opinions, comments about the video, please drop them down in the comment section below. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please drop me a like, and if you are new, make sure you subscribe. But also, if you guys have any thoughts for future videos and what you guys would like to see featured on the channel, what types of videos you'd like to see, please let me know down in the comments as well. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.